So it occurs to me we've never made any jewellery on our channel.
Nope.
We should do that. What do you reckon? Hey folks, welcome back to our channel.
Hello.
So in this video, I am going to make some aurora borealis pendants.
Aurora borealis.
I can't say it. The Northern Lights, all right? It's the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
That was the idea. So what I've done is I've got my possibly third favourite pendant mould and some little tubey pendant things. Moulds. And what I've done is I've mixed some UV with 2 different shades of blue.
And some sparkle by
and
the
a
looks of it.
smidgen of sparkle, obviously. And I'm just using some of the Let's Resin UV.
The coloured ones.
Yeah, the ones that come sort of pre-made coloured ones.
Yeah. Some of those are really nice.
Some of them are really nice. Some of them are a bit pants, but majority of them I think are really nice, if I'm honest.
I think the red one's the worst one, but then I think you struggle with red on most things.
Yeah, red's just it's just one of those colours that never comes out as red, really.
No.
But anyway, so what I've done is I've poured the sort of the deep blue, and then it's got lighter, then I've put a bit of purple in, and then I've put a bit of green in, and then I've topped it up with the lighter blue in those. And then in the pendant mould, the other pendant mould,
the big one, I'm
just mixing the leftovers basically.
So that's just you playing around.
Yeah, that's just me sort of, playing around. That's pretty much what I do with resin though, just play around really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and just dance around in glitter.
Well, yeah. But so what I've done is I've put like the darker blue at the top, and then it's got lighter as it comes down, and then I've mixed in some purple.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of swirly it around a little bit
to make it look aurora like.
To make it look Northern Lightsy.
Yep.
And then I popped a little bit of black
for the top for the
sky. Yeah. And then sort of blended that down a bit. And then it's quite possible that I add a smidgen of sparkle, but didn't film that bit.
Shocker.
And then popped it under the light, took them out, and decided that they were all far too dark. And I wasn't overly impressed with them, to be quite honest.
I mean, you do get the impression it's at night.
It's definitely at night. So this is the sort of the proper
take 2.
This is the proper attempt. So you can. This is where I mix it in and things like that. So I take the blue that comes with the Let's Resin, and I make it a little bit darker.
Yeah.
And then it's just a case of adding it into the
mould.
Into the mould, yeah.
Okay.
My plan there was to make earrings, and then I was halfway through when I realised that they're actually there's me going, they're a different shape. That's not going to work. So I left that. So you just get that one little blob in those. But yeah, so I had a very dark blue, then a lighter blue, then a bit of purple, bit of pink, and a bit of green.
It's almost like it's a pendant mould and not an earring mould.
It is a pendant mould, but for reasons unknown, I thought that those were the same, and they're not. And then at the very bottom of the pendant, I added some black, and then I just basically just
a dusting of glitter.
A little light dusting of glitter. Well, you need stars, don't you? That is to signify the stars.
Yeah, but you covered like the ground with it as well.
Shooting stars?
That many?
Yeah.
Take cover.
It's a meteor strike. Just listen. I am the artiste.
Okay.
So then I whacked it under the light.
Yeah.
The hot light.
The hot light, yeah.
The hot light.
the one that you actually have to plug in and not charge. Because you
Yeah.
forget to charge that one.
Although I did notice on a video I was watching earlier today that J. Dixon have a cordless.
Oh, is that the top and bottom one?
Yeah.
The so you can do both sides at once.
I saw that and thought, that's interesting.
Okay.
Now, I then switched over to 2-part epoxy. And these, if I'm honest, didn't really work.
So you were trying to do the same effects?
I was trying to go for the same effect, but the trouble is with 2-part epoxy is it kind of does its own thing, and I wasn't really feeling it. So
is that because it takes so long to cure that it just moves around?
Yeah, it just moves too much.
What about using the fast cure?
We didn't have any fast cure at this particular. Well, no, we did, but you like to use all the fast cure, don't you?
I did let you borrow some.
What do you mean borrow some? It's ours. Oh, do you know what you are? Damn cheeky. So as my 2-part hadn't really worked very well, I thought I'm gonna have another little go at making some in
back to the UV.
Back to the UV.
Yeah.
So I made some more.
I suppose if you do it with the UV, you can see how it's going to turn out, because you can move it around as much as you like and then just flick the light on it and it's done.
Yeah. So I put in the colours and then I put some clear in and blended it with the clear.
So that's not cured yet?
No, that's not cured yet. No. And then I added a bit of sparkle to some blue and a smidgen of black to make it, so I wanted the darker at the top.
Yeah.
So I made the night sky, and this is for the very top of the pendants.
Yeah.
So these are my true pendants. These are the ones that matter.
Okay. This seems to be going more over like the side of it as well.
What do you mean?
Well, you said you was going to be the very top bit, but it's.
I feel that you're taking my words a little too literally. I am the artiste. I have artistic license.
Okay.
It's the sky, all right? That's all you need to know. It's the sky. And then I had a little wiggle around with the colours.
Yeah.
Sort of blend them in. Make sure there's no bubbles at the edge.
Yeah.
And then with the black, I tried to sort of
do a little scene.
I tried to make it so it looked like it was scenery rather than just a big
blob.
Black blob.
Yeah.
So, and then once they were done, I backed one of them in white. I backed them both in white because I tried to back in black and it made them too dark. So I put white on the back just to sort of
see if it would lighten it up a bit.
Well, yeah, and it did.
That one you're doing now, though, that looks really good with the.
I was actually really pleased. I was really pleased with that, how these ones turned out, because I think by my third attempt I'd mastered it.
By your third attempt?
I'm not going to lie, that was my third attempt. If anyone was counting.
Who would be counting?
Well, you usually are. You're a counter. But I backed them. I do like, there's something about doming that I find quite relaxing. I don't know why. It's a weird sort of.
I've never actually done it.
I know. You always make me do it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, as I've made jewellery, I need to make something for the jewellery to go in. And I thought, can you make the aurora effect
out of my clay?
From clay.
Out of my clay.
Well, yeah, basically.
Okay.
So I got some of your white.
Yeah.
I got some of your purple.
Yeah.
little
Some
bit,
of the green.
little bit of the green. Now, in my defence, though, that's the green that I made for you at Christmas, so it's kind of my green anyway.
Oh, we're going like that, are we?
Yeah, because I made that
Okay.
colour, and I made that colour.
You
So
did, to be fair,
so that is
you
also
did
my
make that
colour.
one, yes.
So yeah, that's the where I'm going with it.
Okay.
But this little bit of clay is Fimo, and the rest of it is Sculpey. And I've got to say, I don't think I like Fimo very much.
It's a lot harder to work with.
It's nice once it's conditioned. Oh my life, it takes forever.
Yeah.
I was literally losing the will to live.
Yeah, it does. Even straight out of the packet,
yeah,
you can tell.
And I've done the thing where you bash the packet and you roll the packet.
I know,
and all that. It's quite therapeutic though, bashing the packets before they're opened. But it was quite the it's quite the task.
Oh my god, how much are you using?
What do you mean? How much am I using?
You've used the whole packet there.
That's not the whole packet. There was a bit already gone.
Okay, 90% of the packet.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when I leave you unattended with my clay.
Look, I even use your machine there. Look, see? Look.
I'll have to go check it now, see whether it works.
Well, it didn't make any clicky noises when I was done with it, so I thought that was a good sign.
Mm.
You sound very suspicious of me.
Well, the last time you touched that,
yeah,
I had to get a new one. Yeah.
I don't remember that. Don't remember that at all.
That there is your lying voice.
I don't have one of those, but if I did, that wouldn't be it. I don't feel that I broke it. I feel it was a faulty machine.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, back to the clay. So I've rolled out some black, and then what I wanted to do was make I don't know how to put this.
The aurora effect.
I wanted to make the aurora effect. So
this is what you watched that what's her name? Jessie or whatever it is.
Jessamine tutorials.
Yeah. So you mix the colour with a bit of white.
Yeah.
Just to get is it to lighten it up. But you don't mix it properly, do you? You just mix it so there's white streaks.
So it's a little bit marble, almost like a marbled effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that. I think with hindsight, I don't think I should have made the black as thin as I did. I feel that my fear of you being, Mr. Clay Police was working against me. I should have had that a little bit thicker.
So you're blaming me for this?
I am, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, my clay. Oh, my paint.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It's exactly like you go, oh, my glitter.
Yeah, but I let you use it.
Yeah.
Because the minute you use it, I can buy more. See?
We've got enough.
We haven't.
In fact, we've got too much.
We have not, because I put a thing on our community post and every single person that responded said we don't have anywhere near enough. So I am definitely lacking in the glitter department.
They're all wrong.
They're gonna go for you now. Anyway, so I've added a bit of white, so you've got like this marble effect, and then I lined them all up together.
With a bit of white separating.
With a bit of white separating the colours, yeah. And then sort of you squish them all together to make a slab.
A slab?
A slab.
Okay.
I think is the correct terminology for it. It's a slab. It's not a slab yet. At the moment, it's just loads of lines. But it will be a slab in a moment.
It just looks like a load of my clay.
You're really distressed by it, aren't you? So then you kind of roll it, and then I put it through the machine again.
Again? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to test that machine out, make sure it's working.
I don't know if I did actually. I might have been. I think you came upstairs at this point, and I was like, "Oh, I better not use that machine." Oh no, he's obviously not there now. But I thought I'll pop it through the machine. Look how wonderful that thing works.
It works.
It's a really good machine. I really like it.
Yeah. Actually, I remember now. I actually went to use this the other day.
Yeah.
And I was rolling out some white.
Yeah.
And there was a load of like pink and black streaks come out in it as well, because there was loads of clay left in there because somebody hadn't cleaned it after they used it.
Well, I didn't want to use it more than I had to. Now, this is the bit where I kind of messed up a bit, because I thought, oh, I could put some mica powder on it, my Aurora mica powder, and it didn't go on as well as I would want it to. So I need to sort of have a think about how I get that on. But
could you not have mixed it in and then rolled it out?
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Anyway, so I've just cut a very thin slither off of that slab, which has got all the colours blended, and then I'm just kind of making a wiggly worm,
and a aurora-esque
wiggly
shape.
Worm, yeah. And what I've done is I've started the green on the left, then I flipped it over and started to put the green on the right, and then I've put it back the other way.
Okay.
So that's the kind of the idea. Yeah, that's the idea behind it. And then what I didn't want to do was roll that black out anymore.
Yeah.
So I put the piece of paper on it, and I just kind of.
You burnished it.
I burnished it. Oh gosh, Arkiness. We'll get very technical now, isn't it?
Almost like we know what we're doing.
Well, I don't know about that, but so then all I'm doing is I'm just kind of fingering in the clay into the black, so it sort of it's
blending.
Blending, yes, and blending the clays. Yeah.
It's starting to look quite cool, actually.
It does. I quite enjoy doing it as well. It's most relaxing, messing around with your clay.
Yeah, I can imagine it is.
That is. I really enjoyed it.
No, I like playing around with the clay as well. It is quite therapeutic.
It is. It is, and you can take as long as you like. You don't, it's not.
Yeah, because it's oven baked, you can just mess around with it until you're happy with it, and then you just shout at me and say, "Can you cook this?"
I do, yeah, because I don't. Well, the thing is, if you put the clay in the oven and you burn it, you've then got to clean the oven.
And you don't want to clean the oven.
I don't want to clean the oven. So if you put it in the oven and it gets burnt, you've got to clean the oven like you did the other day.
That wasn't because it was burnt, though.
No, I know that was because you used a thingy in there, but it means that I don't have to clean the oven. So what you've got to do is you've got to think smart with these things.
Right. Okay.
I don't do the.
So noted.
I don't do the clay baking.
Yeah. Okay.
What? I provided you with the correct equipment in order to bake the clay. A thermometer. I gave you a thermometer.
Oh, the Fimo thermometer.
I gave you a thermometer.
To be fair, that's really useful because you can actually look and see what the temperature is and not have to guess.
Yeah, because
and then at least you know then it's at the correct temperature.
And you're not going to burn it.
And you're not going to burn it.
Yeah, see, I can't use those sorts of things, so I just leave all that to you.
What do you mean, technical stuff?
Yeah, so it makes me very happy.
Okay.
You're very cheeky today.
It's not just today.
I feel that your sass level is quite high.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few videos to do voiceovers on, so you need to just bring that down a little bit so we can do our serious artistic videos.
No. No.
Anyway, back to my clay, which I then got the tissue cutter, I think they're called, and tidied up the edges a bit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make a like a little. I wanted to make a bowl, but it occurred to me at this moment I don't actually have anything that's bowl shaped.
Yeah.
So I cut round a coaster mold.
Yeah.
And thought, well, I'll make it round. And then I was like, well, I still need to make it like bowl shape.
That's a good shape to have for a
yeah,
bowl.
and I was most distressed at this point because I literally didn't have anything to put it in. But I was like, right, can I lay it over all these things? And I think that's probably what I went with.
Yeah.
Which was not ideal.
But it
was more does this technique work? Is the idea sound?
Yeah.
I think next time we go to IKEA, we'll be buying a very cheap dish. To
be fair, that's I've seen quite a fair few videos where people make bowls out of clay, and that's what they suggest is just get a really cheap bowl that you can use as the mold.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to do. And then, of course, I had all that clay left over, and I didn't really want to waste it, so I made a little bookmark.
Those are the bookmarks that I printed.
You printed those off for me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
They are very good. Yes. And then I thought, well, I've made a bookmark. I'm making jewelry, so let's make some clay jewelry.
Yeah.
And this is me currently hunting around for some
clay cutters.
Because whilst we have a 3D printer and I have many, many, many STL files, somebody won't print me them.
No, I'll print them.
Mm-hmm. So I made some earrings.
Yes, you did.
And then I thought I could do with a pendant. You need a pendant to go with earrings.
You need a matching pendant to go with it.
You do? Yeah. So look how that there, where you cut the little things off, yeah? Cut those shapes out.
Yeah.
Right? And then you lift up the clay. I'm not going to lie, that is one of the most satisfying things ever. You watch, right? That right there. That there?
Yeah.
That tells me all I need to know about why people make clay jewelry.
Because it peels off.
Because it peels off like that in such a satisfying way.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I made the holes in the pendant, and that one didn't come out, so I had to kind of fish around with it a little bit. And then I thought, I'll just move it. And then I had that smidgen left over, and I thought, what on earth can I do with this? And there was nothing, I don't think. So I just put that back into our scrap clay pot.
It's currently sitting in the scrap pot, yes.
So at some point we will have. Oh yeah, I cut myself. Yes, and Nikki was injured in the making of this.
Yeah. Nikki's were injured in the making of this.
I was cleaning the blade, and then I kind of just sliced my finger. Anyway, this is my demold. Look. So those aren't very good. So they go immediately up there.
Yeah.
These are the ones I liked.
Of all those you did, those are the only two that you liked.
No.
See, those look quite cool. I mean, they're not really. I suppose they could go as an aurora. Those two, but the UV ones, they look really good.
Yes. And that was the
and I think your pot turned out really well.
That was the baked pot.
Yeah.
And this was the baked.
Your bookmark and your earrings.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think they turned out really well. Do you know?
Yeah. No, see that I think is really pretty.
Yeah.
That one, for reasons unknown, I think the black was too Too black.
It didn't cure.
It did cure, but I think the black was too black. So
I hate it when black's too black.
Yeah. So I had to cure it again, and then I just domed the top. I think I only domed the two that were my favourites, I think. But I might have done them all because I quite like doming. There's something quite satisfying about it.
I'm just going to make a load of stuff and ask you to dome them.
You always do anyway. I always dome your stuff.
I know. That's because I don't. I think I've not really domed. I've top coated a couple of things.
Yeah, you don't really top coat either.
No,
I do it.
Yeah,
I do it all. Now this was so I handed Kirk the long pendants, and I said wire wrap them, and this is him wire wrapping them.
Yeah,
you're very good at it.
I don't know why. It was just I actually really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, I can't be doing with that. Can't be doing with it.
And it was and the 4 you gave me, I tried to do something different with each one instead of just having a So so the first one, it was just basically just a winded around. This one was a weird shape because it's got the 4 sides, but they twist.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite tricky trying to figure out how I was going to actually put the little cage around it. But I thought I'd do a little bit of weaving.
Ooh, bit fancy.
Yeah. And I think if I was to do that one again, I would maybe take my time a little bit more, and just make sure that they're all in line, because they're a little bit off.
Okay.
But
well, as it happens,
yeah,
I'm glad you've mentioned that, because I've got about 8 more that I'd like you to do. What?
Yay.
Well, you just said you enjoyed doing it.
No, I did. So... I did actually. I did enjoy doing it,
and it really does keep you quite quiet.
It's quite fiddly.
Yeah, but you like fiddly. Like, if ever I knot a necklace and I just hand it to you and go, "Can you unknot that, please?"
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later you go, "Here you go." I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much."
Yeah, like a little puzzle.
I can't be doing with that. I'm just like, "Oh no, I just won't wear it. I'll find a different one."
Yeah.
Whereas now, you unknot everything for me, don't you?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. So this is the 3rd one. So this is the one where I weaved it in and out as well, but it was like a different weave.
Multi-weaved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they look really pretty on the when they're all finished.
Yeah.
So essentially this was quite the mishmash and variety of things, wasn't it?
It was.
So it was a couple of pendants, a couple of earrings,
a bowl.
Yeah, and some wire wrap jewellery.
Yeah.
So I feel that we can now say that on our channel
we did some jewellery.
We've done some jewellery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I was really pleased with them, to be fair. Maybe I'd do them a little bit slower next time.
Well, maybe, yeah. If people would like to see how he did it in detail, we can do a much slower.
Yeah.
A much slower one.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of to give you an idea of wire wrapping, because why not?
Yeah, I've only ever done it. I think I've done it twice.
Twice before, yeah.
So it's not something that I am, I've done hundreds and hundreds of, but it's.
But as a beginner, you're not. Realistically, as a beginner, you're not going to do the mega complex ones.
I did.
You're going to start quite.
I did do a Tree of Life.
You did. That was a Daniel Cooper tutorial, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really good. I was really pleased with that. It didn't look nothing like his, but
it did look like a tree, though.
It did look like a tree.
Yeah. So here is the glamour shots.
Yeah.
And if you're still with us, let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're still with us, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And
don't forget to do all the likey,
subscribing, blah blah blah. Yeah, and we will see you in the next one.
Yes, we will.
Bye for now.
Bye.